Hello traders, welcome to my video, and this is the weekly on the Dow, going right back to the main pivotal point in March 2009. So we've been on quite some run, and the RSI on the weekly chart on this Dow is, we had a divergence here, so that created a bit of a downdraft here. But the touch of the 50 EMA got bought as it did here. Now the next time we come down and touch the 50 EMA, I think we will give way. So what I'm saying is, if we are seeing some sort of distribution pattern up here, we might just creep up here. We may get to the top of the channel, but at that point, I think this will be overcooked. So there's no sell signal at the moment, but I'm just on high alert because we now go to the daily. You will notice that is something of a reversal bar. We did next to nothing today. We're in a very, very narrow range. So on this side of the chart here, back in last year and into January, we had a huge sort of distribution pattern here. There's a consolidation pattern which turned out to be a distribution pattern. All the highs were selling. The spike to the upside triggered into that resistance, triggered this. So my feeling is we could get this here. Non-farm payroll Friday, I think all the time above this here, this fib level here, 16,300, we are still holding up. I think we might move sideways, and then non-farm payroll will give us the direction. Start closing down here, and next week could maybe see the start of a correction here, but if we hold up here we may still push higher. But all the time we're above 16,300, I would still buy pullbacks. Right, it's UK and European rates tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to trade the Euro session. I'm just going to open the room up at 1:45 when the ECB rates come out, and then we'll take a decision from there. These sessions before rate decisions tend to be just very choppy and very thin in volume, so I'm just going to stay put. So here we are with the pound yen closed below this, and immediately this fib level 50%, and immediately closed above. So we just tipped under last week's range, and then we just tipped over last week's range, and the last couple of weeks were in a massive box. So all the time this is holding up. We need to buy pullbacks. I'm looking for 170, 65, 70 as a pullback area. And on the pound US, so this is 16,000. I'm sorry, 166.70 area held. Spent a few days in the third week of February underneath it, and then we pop back up. So this is now support. Pullback here is 167. Ideally a little lower, 166.90 or 80 area. Okay, we are just need to watch this as we are under this massive resistance level here. So, and we've got support down here, so we're right in an apex. We're working ourselves into an apex here. For the moment, all the time we're above this support, then just buy pullbacks, but close underneath here, and we need to start to get short. But that is a pretty nice bullish bar, so let's just stay long. Euro. Lower close, so a hammer-like bar. And I think what I'm seeing here is a bullish consolidation. So 2 big days up here, and all we come down is this is the key level of support here, 137, which we keep holding. So if we break 137.50, we could get all the way up to 139. But all the time we're underneath this bar here, be very cautious. But the 50 EMA is creeping up. and we're just holding this big area here. So Euro is it's a tough call. Could be head and shoulders. If that's the case, that's shoulder, head, shoulder. That will be the neckline. So any close below there, so that's an apex as well. There's the top of the apex, there's the underlying support on the apex. So we could wiggle around and then make a decision one way or the other. Hence the reason why I think it's best to wait until we get the ECB rates out of the way. That is very similar. We are a nice bullish bar on Tuesday. Wednesday was a little bit of a doji indecision, and at the moment we're just tucking ourselves underneath that. So let's get ECB out of the way. Other charts, pound Aussie, hammer on the 50% fibs. So that's a nice move. 186.20. If you see a pullback into that bar, that's worth taking. 185.75 to see if we can break that and push higher. Aussie US holding up just under that 50% fibs. Right, let's move on. I haven't looked at the US dollar yen for a while. That's just sitting under the 61.8% fibs, under the 50 MA. So close above that tomorrow, and that bodes very well. Close under lower close, and that is in trouble. Okay, gold. Sitting under that fibs. I think we need a nice healthy pullback. So 13.10 area, 13 would be a nice place to get long on that one. But I have to admit, all the time we're holding up here, that could just still break higher. Let's look at the Nikkei. Sorry, I'm just backtracking on the indices a second. There's the Nikkei. Just holding up, like the US dollar yen, just holding up underneath the daily 50. So, could roll over. Oil, right back into the top of that box now. Sit tight. I mean, I've pulled back to the 100 area will be terrific. We're only 101 at the moment. But I think if that pulls back, look at you've got 50 and 200 across, massive support here around about 100 area. If that pulls back to 100, I would look to get long. The commodities in general are very strong. This is a wheat that doesn't show the continual contract, so that's hence the gaps. Yeah, lovely move here. I mean, you can see that 633, that's a buy on the wheat. On the corn, sorry, that's oil, corn. Any pullback to 460 area, we're currently 481, is a buy. And the beans, if that pulls back to 14 bucks, that is a buy. Cocoa, that is a chart that is not easy to read, so we'll move on. This is a stock I'm following. Ah, look at that. Potash. It's held on, pinned underneath that trend line, and today it's just gone bonkers. So that's a pullback for 340. If you see that. Wow. So look at a few UK stocks. Rolls got right down to the 950 area. You get the chance to close that gap. That's a buy. So you get round to that can get to the 10 mark, that is definitely a buy. I think that might just give you a chance to pull back. Premier Foods, massive consolidation. I like the spike lower, which I missed. That's a bit of a tough call. If you took that 142, just keep your stop under 139. Barclays is just literally hanging on. Let's move on to... Wow, this is last week's trades. STI, that's had a lovely couple of days. That's a hammer on the 50 MA, look. So I'm just in it. I nearly got taken out. Very, very nearly got taken out. I'm just in it. NetApp is just given way. Monsanto has a good couple of days. Not sure you get a chance to get a pullback on that one, but that is good. Goldman's has busted up big time. Wow. You have to have a big stop if you got into that one. Dean Foods is poor and he's taken off my list. Chesapeake sideways. CLG. I would leave that. It's not a particularly tidy chart. CME is moving on up. Visa Homes. If that pulls back to 226, that's a buy. Bank of America has gone bonkers. Hammer on the 50 EMA. And BBT has bust up as well. So I am in that one. Okay, see you at the next update.